What is going on, guys? Steve here with another installment of some Tekken 8 gameplay footage. And guys, we are continuing the One Perfect Match series. And guys, I think we've been doing a lot of exam cramming in the Tekken 8 community specifically, right? So guys, once more, don't overheat the console, right? Because if you overheat the console, the console will shut off, right? So don't overheat the console. Get some fresh air, touch some grass. Remember to take your L's, right? Take your L's with some semblance of humility, right? And that will help you live another day, right? Especially in the Tekken 8 community, right? Because you gotta learn to take an L, guys. And last night from this weekend, right? We've just been exam cramming, right? The movesets, what's changed with the different characters, right? And we've been really, you know, like we've been going crazy with Tekken 8. We've really like been putting in the work, all the cats, all the cool cats in the community, right? Like this, particularly in the Tekken 8 video, but just like when we were playing FIFA or any other like online game, right, with a party mode atmosphere, right? Anyone we've engaged with, right, in these communities, what have we said? What have we said, right? Learn to take an L with some humility. You get some sleep, you come back another day, right? You gotta learn to take an L, right? And guys, guys, gals, everyone, every beautiful dude, right? I think you get the point, right? I took so many L's this weekend, right? And I was just like, man, I gotta stay up. I gotta like learn what happened here, what changed with this character's movesets, with this that character, right? And as you know, we're using Horang in the player 2 position. We're not trying him out in the player 1 position, right? So we gotta do all that fancy stuff where you know you're switching through characters, especially, right? It's really good, but it's great. It's a different party mode type of play, right? But if you're just focusing on your primary character, which Horang was my primary character when we were playing Tekken 8, right? I did switch over to Jin, but not Devil Jin. So when I'm looking at Mr. Mitz, right, use Devil Jin in this game, I was just like blown away. I'm not even joking, right? I was like, wow, these are intense move combinations, right? So I was just like, oh wow, I've gotta post this video up because it's absolutely astounding how that character has progressed, right? And how they've been able to utilize that character, right? That was like the best I've seen so far, right? But obviously there could be better players on any given day, right? Anyone could best anyone else, right? That's just how fighting games work, right? It's the same thing with all sports, all athletics. You gotta learn to take it out. And if there's a responsible person like listening to this video, they'll tell you the same thing, right? Take an L with some semblance of humility, you come back with refresh, right? And that's all a part of living and learning, and learning to play well with others in the Tekken 8 community and in all communities, right? It's just great sportsmanship, right? So when I was playing Mr. Mitz this morning, I was like, I got my butt handed to me like first thing when I got up, and I was just like, I was like fully refreshed, right? And yeah, guys, thank you. Once more, hats off to everybody in the Tekken 8 community up to this point, right? Because we've been troubleshooting, right? Sometimes the console overheats, and then you gotta you gotta open a window, get some grace period, right? Take like a little break. Let the console like cool down, right? If you hear things, they last. If you hear your possessions, they last, right? So that's always good time, right? Remember that lesson, right? You won't damage your PlayStation console, right? You'll be able to communicate with everybody and have a good time and still be invited to the party, right? Which is essentially what we're doing. We're trying to make sure everyone gets included in the community, right? In the technical community, in the human community, whatever you want to say, right? But we're trying to make everybody feel welcome, right? And it's a tough task, right? Because what ends up happening is what, right? You can't please everybody. But what you can do is incorporate, you can listen, you can always listen, be a better listener, right? You can always say, okay, check this moveset out, check this move out, right? And are we still talking about Tekken 8? Of course we're still talking about Tekken 8, right? We're talking about learning how to take an L, learning how to see what transpired here, right? And it's like when you're the popular kid, right? Or like, you know, like when you're popular at many different like Thanksgiving. We're gonna use the analogy Thanksgiving, right? And I've been using this analogy all weekend. I wanted to bring it up in the combo, right? It's like, okay, so when you have to go to like multiple houses and multiple parties, right? It's like, okay, so fill me in here, fill me in here, fill me in here. What since I last met you, since we last spoke, what happened here? What happened here? What happened here? And you just gotta be thankful about it, right? You gotta be thankful. You gotta listen. And you're like, yo, oh crap, that happened. Oh damn, that happened. Damn, that happened, right? And you know, it's like I'm probably still in Thanksgiving though, right? Like I'm skipping seasons, right? Because I'm like, wait, I'm not caught up here. I'm not caught up here. So that's the analogy we're using with learning the move combinations, right? So we're in one perfect match, and the way in which the character movesets have changed, the move combinations, it's just absolutely astounding. That's the best Devil Jin character. Best Devil Jin move combinations that I've seen in quite some time facing me, right? Mr. Mitz facing me, specifically, right? So hats off to my opponent, right? And hats off to everybody up to this point in the Tekken community, right? Because they've been teaching me how every single character, fictional character, their movesets have changed, right? And I'm using my primary character, but the only difference that we're seeing with me using my primary character, which is Horeng, is that we are using him in the player 2 position, right? So, it's like challenger, and then the person who accepts the challenge, right? So, that's what it is right now. Hold on, my phone is going off. I think that's my alarm. Give me 1 second. And, yeah, guys, it's just been a lot of like, I want to use the term exam planning, right? And that's the term that I want to use, right? Because everyone in the Tekken community, we've been like troubleshooting as to why the consoles overheat, right, from a player perspective. Why these resets, whose resets, challenges, right? Because we don't keep the rivalries like consistent, right? Remember, Horeng faces Jin, right? And Jin's movesets, right, are there to counter Horeng. So there's always a counter, right? Like you gotta figure out, like, okay, this counter is for that player. This counter is for that player. Do you follow? Like, if you've played Tekken long enough, right, you're gonna understand what I just said here, right? Like when the rivalries are enduring, right, for as long as they have, like for example, with Horeng and Jin, like you're gonna notice, right, like that you know, those moves are made specifically to counter characters' movesets, right? So it's always cool, it's always fresh, you always get new fresh perspectives, right? So one perfect match, right? That's gonna be the title of this video, and it's gonna be for the Tekken 8. And guys, peace, love, all the blessings to you. This has been absolutely epic up to this point. Hats off to my opponent, hats off to everybody that I faced up to this point in time, right? Because it's absolutely good times, right? Like straight up good times. Okay, so I need to go and make some coffee and start my morning, and I have to get some physical fitness as well, right? Physical fitness. Right, so peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. I'm gonna go touch some grass. Cheers. Sid, out.